Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 6. We are in a dire strait as we have lost a total of 8 freighters in the system of 61 Cygni, fighting back against the enemy forces. The bad news is that we've taken significant hit to our commercial shipping capabilities, and in the good news, we have managed to show that our ships are more than capable of dealing with the enemy forces once we actually get into combat with them. So, we need to make a decision on how we are going to prevent this from happening in the future, because we are on a clock. Because of the wrecks that have now littered the system of 61 Cygni, more alien forces will likely appear in the near future. So, we need to station, probably, a permanent presence in the system to ensure defense. And I think that I'm going to do that in 2 different ways. The first thing, I'm going to immediately order the HMS Artemis. I'm going to order her to 61 Cygni, and I'm going to order her to the first star, and you will be permanently stationed there, at least for now. We currently have our frigate squadron, which expended most of its ammunition stockpiles, and we're going to bring her back as well. The captain on the list, Jordan Hoare, was in command of the frigates. Captain on the list, Alinda Frankenfield, was in command of the first frigate squadron. And we're going to send her back to Griffin. Oh, I was right originally. Yeah. Orbiting Manticore. No. I was wrong again. List Aaron Ziders, Frigate Squadron 2. We're going to send her back to Alpha Centauri and refuel, resupply, load ordnance, and then head back to 61 Cygni and head to San Martin. Now, one of the good things is that... Well, one of the bad things and the good things is that there is no easy kind of body we can put a colony on nearby to protect the shipping lane. There is also a significant problem in regards to, the movement from San Martin to reinforce that area. Because if we zoom out, God, why do you always ping me like that? So if we zoom out, we have a look here. So this is San Martin, right? And so we have a base here, and we need to get to this Lagrange point. This Lagrange point is about 70 million kilometers away. Cygni B1 is a gas giant, and so we can't really make use of it. Polaris is slightly closer. It's about 30 million kilometers closer, so that would give us some quicker response times. But overall, we need to find a way to station forces here to keep a sensor lock, and also to keep active forces to protect. But before we do that, I'm going to order up another 3 freighters. We do have 3 freighters on the way. And I think the way that I'm going to approach this is we're going to put mines in this area. The problem is the Lagrange point moves, and we need the Lagrange point to really do anything. So it's a bit of a conundrum. So I think for now, the best strategy that I'm probably going to have is I'm going to have the Artemis kind of sit there for now. I'm going to get the Hephaestus, I think, back. And I think we're going to need more convoy escort carriers, to be honest. But we don't have the ability to make them yet. So yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, the hangar defense platform could work, but we need some kind of maintenance support capability. We did see that those fighters did definitely help quite significantly. But, it's obviously, there is a risk there. Now, what I would normally do is build a maintenance module. And that would allow what I'm looking to get. Do we have a maintenance module available? We do. Okay, so we're going to create a station. Okay. Station... looking for... We're going to call this a naval deep space... orbital defense checkpoint. Okay. ODC. They have no armor. It's going to have maintenance modules. We're going to want to be able to support, I would say, a frigate squadron. So we're going to go for 16,000 tons. We're going to put on... we're going to take off fuel storage. Actually, let's put on some fuel storage, because that will allow us to refuel. So I'm going to put on 3.5 million liters of fuel. We're going to put in a refueling system. And then we're also going to put in maintenance supply modules, which we will need to actually be able to support. So this will allow deep space habitation. What I also want to do is, can I put a recreational module on this? Because a recreational module would make this a lot bigger. However, I think kind of the scope of this kind of changes. Orbital defense station. Deep space defense. Deep space defense station. DSDS. And that will be able to support 3 frigates, and it will also mean that they will not have any recreational problems. However, that's very expensive, but this is going to be needed in my opinion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to down queue all of these things and focus on getting our Barbarossa class out as soon as possible. I just want one of them. 90% of our production. That will be out in September of this year. In the meantime, again, we will use convoy escorts to do the primary job. We do need to move that frigate squadron back. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. So let's start incrementing along time. Oh, I do need to ceasefire the fire controls because we did obviously open fire. Yep. And then we can do 1 day increments. We found the system of Theta Corvi, another largely uninhabitable system. But we're obviously having a look around. Destroyer Squadron 2 has reached... Oh, yes. We can bring Destroyer... We're going to keep Destroyer Squadron 2 in system for now. So if we go back to 61 Cygni, we should have Destroyer Squadron 2 in the area. I'm going to have them actives on, please. And you're going to approach Cygni A1. And you're going to just stay there and keep secure for about a year. That's about the deployment time we've got on that Destroyer Squadron. But they'll be able to detect if anything causes any problems for us. Oh yes, we do need to unload the survivors. So when we're back on San Martin, we're going to unload as many survivors. We have a lot of them. 130 survivors, not that many actually. Seeker is unable to carry it, so there is no suitable destination. San Martin has fuel. Griffin has fuel. There's plenty of fuel here. Seeker, what is the problem? This one should not even be anywhere. Geological survey. You've got 50% of fuel. Is your jump drive okay? Jump drive is okay. Head. Oh, I know. I checked danger rating. Go back to Cygni, refuel, resupply, and then I will have your orders changed appropriately as needed. The Artemis is now here, so we got our Artemis and the Destroyer Squadron in the area. If anything comes within this range, we will know about it. Found the system of Lambda Volantis, another largely empty system. Oh, speaking of something we were doing, we were also trending up the geological survey stuff. Did we finish that? I think we did. We finished up the geological. Where is it? The geological GSV. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to make a geological survey battalion. And we're going to put in how many of these? 50? 49. Let's go 45. And then we'll put in a battalion headquarters as well. Just so that they can move stuff around. And then I'm going to order those to be built. Geological survey, I like 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Thank you very much. Okay, well, if we detect anything, we'll know about it. Agamon cannot do anything, so we're going to order the Agamon to go to a new system. Let's have a look at our galactic situation. We've really been exploring very rapidly here. So we've got those Rackers over there. I think let's go to Tau Ceti. I'm going to order you to go to the system of Tau Ceti. Again, the danger ratings are kind of screwing with stuff because we been a bit of a bumpy road considering. Seeker, I'm going to send you to Tau Ceti. I'm going to have you jump to that jump point to have a look. Let's go to new jump point in Theta Corvi. And again, we're just waiting now. How long will those take to build, by the way? They'll take not too long. And again, we're going to wait till September, and then we're going to tug that over here. Ooh, this is a very weird looking system. What are all these planets? Okay, so we have a gas giant, a terrestrial world. So, okay, so this is binary star. No, it's a single star. Okay, the inner planet. We have two inner planets. So the first planet is a terrestrial world, and then we have another one, and they have relatively normal orbits. That's a very look at that orbit. Look how close that orbit. That is less than 250,000 kilometers away. That must have a temperature 525 degrees. Okay. Then we've got a relatively normal world, and then we have another planet which orbit intersects with this gas giant's orbit intersects with that gas giant's orbit, and then there's another gas giant's orbit. So what's happened here is all these gas giants have affected each other's orbits wildly, and so you got a really, really cool, like, kind of elliptical situation going on here. Where is this? This is the system of 55 Butas. Oh, it's over on the Tau Ceti side. So that'd be very interesting. We get some fuel going from there. Speaking of extracting resources, we're going to be moving over automated mines to easier quarry. I'm going to make sure we assign a mining governor for this. Automated assignments on, as we have begun. We have begun colonization in this system. We've got Nuevo Belize as well. And speaking of our colonies, we should have some new name suggestions. If you guys want to leave name suggestions, do so in the comments below. So we got some planet name suggestions, such as Basilisk, Orohon, and Silesia. Since we were doing German names in this system, I'm going to rename this to Silesia, and which is a German province, I believe. So if we go to Easy Quarry, it was a German province historically. We're going to rename this to Silesia. There we go. Oh, I renamed the entire star system to Silesia. Well, I guess we'll call the entire star system Silesia. Which means I guess I'm renaming this body to Basilisk. And then the next, we'll rename this to Dortmund. And then this will be Basilisk. There we go. Okay, those are those names applied. If we've got any more planet colonies, we will definitely be naming them accordingly. Then let's go back to Alpha Centauri. Okay, September. Do we have that thing produced yet? We have a little bit to go. Again, why? I've got to check off their danger ratings, because check danger rating. Turn off your check danger rating. Stop checking the danger rating. Okay, and that's the Barbarossa class ship constructed. So we need a tug. You're moving over fuel stations, so I've got this squadron that can move the Barbarossa. You're going to tractor the Barbarossa to 61 Cygni, and we're going to put it in orbit of A1. And then we don't want to go to Silesia. We want to go back to Alpha Centauri and refuel after we've moved over the large station. Excuse me? What do you mean you don't? Oh, okay. You need to release that real quick, and then we need to tractor. We already had the ship tractored in the actual tug. So that was a bit of a mistake there, but we're gonna bring that over to Cygni A1, and then we will assign the new frigates that we're building to be the primary defenders in that area. We also could have put an ordnance on it. Probably a mistake. I probably should have done that, but for now it's fine. Guys can sit 500 meters per second at a time. We built 3 Ares class frigates. We're going to order up another 3 Ares class, and those are going to need the ordnance. They're going to need these to be built. So I'm going to order up another 200 missiles to be constructed. I'm going to order up another 3 Ares class vessels to also be constructed. Do we not have the naming system sorted out yet? I guess we don't. That's a bit of a problem for us. You need to be RMN, class theme. Manticore, HMS. We're going to have some unfortunately unnamed versions. The Majestic, Prince Consort, and Princess Castile. If we got some ship names, maybe I can name some of them. Let me have a look. Oh, I like that name. That's a fantastic name. Okay, so we're going to go to our shipyard. We've got 3 destroyers here. We've got the Ares. And I'm going to rename this to the HMS Mud Puppy. Fantastic name right there. I'm actually going to detach our 3 Achilles classes. What are you missing in terms of your ordnance? What do you not have? You've got Bravo ASHMs, but you don't have your Delta 1 boys. Okay. I'm going to order up like 50 of those to be built. But that shouldn't impede your primary duties at all. Because these guys have 26 launchers on them, and then they all size 8 launchers, and then they also have the ultraviolet laser, of course. So we're going to send this fleet to 61 Cygni, and you're going to sit above San Martin. We're going to need to put that under the protection core. So San Martin planetary forces. We're going to create orbital defenses. I'm going to put that under orbital defenses. I'm going to call this the 3rd frigate squadron. No. Destroyer wing 1. So that represents there's only 3 destroyers, so it's not that big. And we're going to put that under here. They're going to then go to San Martin as needed, and they will be defending that specific area. So everyone complete orders. Okay, we need to make sure that tug is actually doing its job, because getting it closer to there is going to be very, very important. That is... Are you Insignia? No, you're not. You're moving... Are you Insignia? You might be. Zoom out. No, you're not yet, so it's going to take quite a bit of time. Also, our admin commands kind of are a bit screwed up. I think that has to do with the admin commands for the defense. Assign admin commander and Commonwealth Coast Guard assign admin command correctly. Okay, Hotspur needs new orders, so we're going to send the Hotspur. Let's have a look on the map. Wow, this galaxy is really interesting. Let's send you up to AD Leonis because that's near to our systems. On the spread, move that a little bit outer. Again, hopefully going to be moving these automated mines over as needed. But we've probably lost those freighters, which means we lost also those automated mines. We only have 2 freighter squadrons here now. So we really need to build some more, and we are currently doing so. I'm going to have to start expanding our shipyards in terms of more freighters. That's what really hampered us. Brand new slipway, please. Do we have any civilians available? We might do. I'm going to demand, let's say, 150 auto mines. And I'm going to supply 150. Hopefully our civilians will move them over. Monaco itself is doing okay here. San Martin's now at 4.4 million people. Though we don't have enough supported infrastructure on this planet specifically. I need to start shipping over more then, because yes, that would have been screwed up, wouldn't it? We need infrastructure demands 1,300 infrastructure. And I'm going to supply 1,300 infrastructure. I really need our civilians to start picking up their pace because it's going to be a real problem otherwise. It's 1,300 infrastructure. New jump point found. Bishop maintenance supplies. 2 junior to command orbital defenses. That would be a little bit of a problem. We assign you your Commodore, that's fine. First standing orders is now orbiting San Martin. The Artemis again. You need to go back to Alpha Centauri and do a overhaul for me, please. Oh, are you in overhaul? Yes, you are. Okay, you're overhauling above San Martin at the moment, which is going to cause a little bit of a problem in terms of moving stuff around. 19 inactive research labs. Did someone die? I don't think so. Energy weapons research. I think someone did die, but we're going to go for the ultraviolet laser. then with the rest, I'm going to go for ground combat research. Let's go for boarding combat capabilities. Got Lysander coming up. I'm going to move that over for the destroyers. And then we have those 3 being built. We also have these geological survey battalions coming up here. Okay, that is our freighters. Hopefully they're going to pick up, well, the colony, this colony ship's going to pick up some of the slack here for us. Lysander built, S1 constructed a Griffin assigned. We've got a bunch of promotions coming up here. So we should be shipping over the needed amounts and also shipping over the needed infrastructure. Yeah, there we go. We're unloading trade goods. Fantastic. Tug Squadron has completed orders, so that means that we have the Barbarossa where it needs to be. And so I'm going to order the Destroyer Squadron 2 to fall back to Alpha Centauri and refuel and resupply. I'm then going to order Frigate Squadron 2, which is orbiting San Martin. You're going to go over to the Barbarossa and move to that location. Okay, very good. So you are now orbiting there. And we're going to bring the Barbarossa over. I'm going to rename this to, what would we call this? We call this the 61 Cygni Deep Space Defense Station. And I'm going to then bring that up into orbital defenses. And that will then keep those frigates safely and secured. And then we're going to have you also refuel from the Deep Space Station. We also will need to... Oh, I need to set that as a tanker. Got to do that. There's defense station, tanker, and then also a supply ship. So you can't redo your thing there. Refuel from stationary tankers. There we go. And now we have full sensor coverage in that area with those frigates perfectly capable of being where they need to be. And we might want to obviously improve that capability coming up. We do have enough for what we need. 16,000 tons of tonnage, which is enough to support exactly what I need. Building 3 more frigates from Welch AGE, and then we also brought the Destroyer Squadron back. Growing these colonies, we're getting the infrastructure over to here, and then we also have Nueva Belize. Probably want to start moving over some mines at some point, but Dortmund is also growing. And we need to look probably for some other targets in terms of colonization. So if we have a look, EQ Pegasi has this world, a bunch of uranium, a bunch of resources. We also have this, and we have gas giants over there. Groombridge has this colony, and then a bunch of unexplored Groombridge B2, this kind of stuff. So that could be another potential target. So I'm thinking about colonization into these arms over here, this arm and this arm specifically. But we'll have to obviously see. And increment. We also need to get those salvages built. Salvage module, that's going to take us some pretty time, that's for sure. Okay, I feel a lot safer though in regards to our situation, having the frigates located here for defensive operations. Now, I probably want to build up something extra than that, but we'll see. Either way, that gives us the exact coverage I'm looking for in terms of ensuring security over that Lagrange point, which is the main route of getting supplies up to San Martin, as we can see here, because everyone transits over here and then they jump all the way up into this area. So let's go over there. So we are Polaris. We can rename the first planet, by the way. B1, what other names do I have? Lane, the gas giant Lane, and then for Cygni, since it's an important planetary body now, we're going to call it Erewhon. So Erewhon, the gas giant Erewhon, and those colonies, that's then will be renamed because they're now important planetary bodies. We just finished up a bunch of Alpha 1 missiles. Did we finish this warhead? We did, I think. So we can actually look at redesign potentially. Yeah, we can look at a improved version of our missiles. So I'm literally just gonna take the Alpha 1, Pull on the warhead. We get warhead strength of 5. So we can then bring that down to 0.75. 0.8. And then we can give that extra engine MSP. So that'll help out there. 10 million kilometers gives a little bit extra. That boosts that up a little bit more. We could, of course, go for 1 that gives us additional damage. I don't really think the upgrade's too big for us here, so we'll actually hold off until we have like new engines or something like that. Boys built on Earth, no, not on Earth, on Griffin. We are, of course, growing across the board here. Now, San Martin, the infrastructure situation is kind of causing us a little bit of a problem, so I'm going to halt our colony squadrons from doing anything, and we're just going to have you refuel from Griffin and hold there. We are not going to send any colonists over yet. Destroyer Wing 1, what are you doing there? Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Destroyer Wing 1, you are in orbit. The problem with you being in orbit is that the tonnage capacity is a bit of a problem. So I'm going to order Destroyer Wing 1 to, for now, go to Alpha Centauri and refuel while there's an overhaul going on for the Artemis. Whoa! Alpha Centauri, Destroyer Squadron Turbulent has just exploded. Are you kidding me? Do I not have enough maintenance capacity? I have a ton of maintenance capacity. Which ship was this part of? The HMS Turbulent. None of my Destroyer Squadrons there had any issues. Shipyard Fleet. Nothing there. Was it the Destroyer Wing? It just exploded. Excuse me? Well, that's a tragedy. God's sakes, we've just been absolutely negligence, that was. That's totally not my problem at all. I didn't cause that. No, why would you say that? I didn't do anything. Let's go to Greenbridge. Yeah, let's try and not have these things repeat over and over and over again, where we just keep losing ships for basically nothing. It's a problem. And, yeah, they don't get their crews rescued because they were obviously terrible maintenance people. Obviously, they didn't know what they were doing. And then we found a system of 54 Piscium. Nitrogen atmosphere, that could have aliens on it. That's for sure. So we'll have to see, of course. Might not. So far, we haven't found anything. Production of cargo short stations completed on Griffin. I'm going to order up some extra mines, I think. I'm going to order up... No, we got all the mines. Actually, let's go for naval shipyard complexes. 2 more, please. We're going to need these for building new designs and also building existing designs. Okay, hopefully infrastructure is building up okay here. We've got currently 2 million available workers, so that gives us approximately 40 mines that we can bring to the planet. So that's what we will try to do coming up here. And then we can also bring like 20 mines to Nueva Belize. But to do both, we're going to need a decent amount of freighters. And unfortunately, we don't really have that many freighters. Why are you just unloading installations? What is going on here? Go to check danger rating. Go to Alpha Centauri. Refuel resupply. And I'll get you new orders. And we're going to do our surveying. So far, no aliens detected in this system. True sight. Can you not go over to it? Oh, was Greenbridge the one where there was... Yeah, that situation. Okay, yeah, I understand. Gamma Carinae then, I guess, for you. You're going over to Gamma Carinae. Okay. Keep going along here. Jump point detected. Geospatial survey completed in Tau Ceti. So we're going to order the Agamon to probably go through a jump point that's located there. There we go. The system of the JP3. We discovered the system of Wolf 359, pretty much uninhabitable, so nothing to worry about too much. We're just going to continue our survey efforts, and we have discovered a total now of 28 systems. 28 systems across the board here. Very, very impressive speed in terms of colonization. It's been 10 years, and we've discovered 28 systems. Let me go over back to Alpha Centauri. Yeah, we built geological survey battalions. Fantastic news. So I'm going to order our troop transports to begin moving them accordingly. So go to Griffin. We're going to load them all up. So geological survey battalion. Okay, what survey sites do we have? San Martin, Basilisk. Basilisk has minimal capacity, so we may move it over to there, but I doubt we'll get anything from either, to be honest. It's very unlikely to. However, I'm gonna, it's not that much investment for the potential. I like the potential of that. So we're gonna load those up, take those over to here. We're going to then unload all ground units onto the colony. Okay, Threat Squadron's complete orders. I would like to get you to start moving some stuff over, and hopefully this time we won't lose all of you. Let's add your replacement crew, and then I'm going to have you load up mines, take them over to 61 Cygni, take them over to San Martin, and you're going to unload installations, head back to Alpha Centauri, refuel, and then repeat this 9 times. And that'll take you about 1,000 days to do. Freight is coming across here with a new jump point in Lambda Volantis. New ship detector 61 Cygni. Yeah, there we go. Where is it? In over here. We have ships in position as needed, so we're going to be able to test out our system here. Frigate Squadron 2, why don't you intercept the target? We also will scramble fighters if it's a larger enemy force. Oh wow, you are not doing too hot. How does that even make any sense though? Because you're orbiting this deep space station. Do you have to be in the same fleet? Potentially. Okay, well, I'll have them join as a sub-fleet as needed, but we're going to go over to contacts. Follow contacts. Actives are on. And Frigate Squadron is going to engage, if at all possible. We are faster than the enemy target, so we will hunt them down and we will destroy them. It's going to take a little bit of time. Okay, we are within range. We're going to give it a little bit more time to get a little bit closer so they don't fall. Ooh, okay. That was a bit dangerous because our ship doesn't have great anti-ship weapons at close range. We don't need too many missiles, so I'm going to take off the assignment, and we're going to only have, I think, 6 missiles per ship. 18 missiles would probably do it. So let me just assign up 6 missiles per ship. 4 launchers, because we do use box launchers, basically like vertical launch systems. Very, very nice. Assign fleet, and then we are going to open fire control, assign fleet sync on. All missiles are away, and we're going to watch those fly in. Boom, 16 nuclear detonations. Target speed has slowed to 1 kilometer per second. Let's close on target and ready primary beam weapon, which is our 15 centimeter ultraviolet lasers. Open fire control, assign fleet, and we are going to fly in here. We do want to turn off fleet sync fire as well for this, actually, because we want them to open fire as quickly as they possibly can. Hit it, and hit it again. Oh, are we being shot at? No, we're not. And we shot it. Enemy ship destroyed. Successful interception for the Frigate Squadron. However, MSP situation is not doing too good, so I'm going to have you go resupply from San Martin, and then I'm going to have you join as a subfleet to that station. I'm not sure why you weren't getting maintained. You should be. And at least your deployment time wasn't going down. It doesn't look like it. So going up. So looks like that worked. But I think that's where I'm going to leave the episode off. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe. It really does help me out. We put into action a new defensive strategy. It seems to be working. We've covered this vital lane where we've got enemy ships coming in. They may throw more with us, but we will defend our vital shipping lanes to our new colonies in 61 Cygni. I'll see you guys, as I said, next time. Please like, comment, subscribe. Consider becoming a member. Goodbye.